class. I hope you all are good and fine. Okay, so class, today today class about the unit 7. The unit 7 is your physiology and injuries in sports. Okay, so today topic is physiological factor determining the components of physical fitness. Okay, class. So let's start at the class. So first we talking about the what is the sports physiology. Okay. So sports physiology is the study of how exercise alerts the function and structure of the body. A sports physiologist seeks to understand the physiological demands of supporting performance which inform what characteristics an athlete should have to be successful competing at the highest level. Okay, so basically sports physiology is the study of the long and short term effect of training and also the body conditions of athletics. It is the study to how exercise or sports activities alert the function and structure of our and your body. So, as a matter of fact, when we take a part in game and sports or do any type of physical exercise, so physiological changes such as aerobic capacities, muscle composition, size of muscles, intensity of the nerve impulse, and lactic acid tolerance, muscular strength, stroke volume, heart rate, blood pressure, and this all kind of uh, so the take of place. Okay, so these physiological change are witnessed both in young population and in aged people is also. Okay, class. So this is the sports physiology. Okay, so let's move next page. Okay, so in next page we're talking about the physiological factor determining the components of physical fitness. Okay, so basically in this topic there is a physiological factor determining components of physical fitness is strength, speed, endurance, and okay. So first in strength there are also some parts of the first is size of muscles, morphology of the muscles, body weight, intensity of nerve impulse, coordination of muscle that participates in movements, and the last is hypotherapy of muscles. Okay, so this is the all parts of in strength. So next is speed. Okay, so first is explosive power and muscle composition, elastic and relaxing capacity of muscles, mobility of nervous system, biochemical reserve, and metabolic power, and the last is flexibilities. Okay, so next components of physical fitness is endurance. In endurance, there is a part of aerobic capacity, anaerobic capacity, movement economy, muscle composition. Okay, and there is also in speed there is some parts of there. So in first is anatomical structure of joint, age and sex, muscle strength, stretchabilities of muscle, stress or organism, and injury, stretching of muscles, environment, and the last is active and maintenance lifestyles. Okay, so this is the all of the physiological factor determining components of physical fitness. Okay, class. So let's move next page. Okay, so in next page, first we're talking about the physiological factor determining of strength. Okay, so in determining strength, the first point is size of muscles. Okay, so in size of muscles is the strength of muscles largely depend upon the size of the muscles. Okay, so it is a well known fact that bigger and larger muscles can produce more force, and force produced by the same size of muscles in males and females. So is experimentalities same, experimentalities as the same, but male are found to be a stronger because they have a larger and bigger muscles. So in comparison to females. Okay, so with the help of different method of strength training such as weight training, the size of muscles can be increased, thereby strength is improved. So the strength is determined by the size of muscles. Okay, class. So this is the first physiological factor determining strength is size of muscles. Okay, so let's move next page. So in next page, the number 2 determining physiological factor determining strength is body weight. Okay, so in body weight, it is also a well-known fact that individuals who are heavier are generally stronger than individuals who are lighter lighter weight. Okay, so there is a positive correlation between body weight and strength among international weightlifters. The heavier weightlifter lift heavier weight, so body weight also determines the strength of an individual. Okay, class. So this is the about the body weight to how to the your physiological factor determining strength. Okay, so let's move next page. Okay, so next page we talking about the muscles compositions. Okay, so in muscle composition, each muscle consists of basically two type of muscles fiber. Okay, so how many muscle fiber are there? Are two type of muscle fiber. The first is fast twitch fiber. This is also called is white fibers, and the second is slow twitch fiber, and it is also calling is red fibers. Okay, so in the fast twitch fibers are capable to contract faster, and therefore they can produce more force on they are capable of contracting for a long durations. Okay, so the muscles which have more percentage of fast twitch fiber can produce more strength. Okay, so the percentage of fast twitch fiber and slow twitch fiber is generally determined and cannot be changed changed through training. So it can be said that percentage of these fiber determines the strength of a person. Okay, So in this picture we can the difference of fast twitch and slow twitch muscle fiber. So first in fast twitch fiber, it is determines how fast you can run. White in colors training help making these fiber contract more strongly, and the training also help in making fiber try a little later. Okay, so this is the fast twitch fiber, and also we know as the white muscle fiber, and the second muscle fiber is slow twitch fiber, red muscle fiber. Okay, so in slow twitch fiber determines how long is the basically is calling about the endurance you can run. Okay, determine how long you can run. The second is the second difference is red in color, and the third difference is training help store more energy so that you can run even longer. Okay class, so let's move next page. So in next page you can see in this image the fast twitch fibers and slow twitch fiber. So this is the diagram of fast twitch and slow twitch muscle fibers. Okay, you can see the battery in diagram of basically the energy capacity more than the fast twitch fiber, higher in slow twitch fiber. Okay, so let's move next page. Okay, so in next page the number 4 physiological factor determining of strength is intensity of the nerve impulse. Okay, so intensity of nerve pulse in the a muscle is composed of a number of motor units. The total force of muscle depends on the number of contacting motor units. Okay, whenever a strong nerve impulse from central nervous system exceeds more number of motor units, the muscles will contract more strongly, or it can be said that the muscle will produce more force or strength. Uh, so intensity of the nerve impulse also determine about of strength. Okay, so this is the intensity of the nerve impulse. So let's move next page. Okay, so next page we talking about the physiological factor determining of speed. Okay, so in this point the first number determining of speed is mobility of the nerve system. Okay, so in this point our muscles contract and relax at the maximum possible speed as seen in sprinting events. So this rapid contraction and relaxation of muscles is made possible by rapid extensions and inhibition of the concerned motor center. So basically this is the call of the mobility of the nervous system. Okay class, so let's move next page. So in next page number 2 physiological factor of determining speed is muscle compositions. Okay, so in this point muscles with greater percentage of fast twitch fiber contract with more speed in comparison to muscles with lower percentage of fast twitch fiber. Okay, so basically In fact, the muscle's composition is generally determined and cannot be changed by training. Different muscles of the body have different percentage of fast twitch fibers, and the different parts of the body have different speed performance. Okay, so this is the all about the muscle composition. Okay, so let's move next point. Okay, so next point is explosive strength. Okay, so in its explosive strength, for every quick and explosive movement, explosive strength is indivisible. For the example, you quick punch in boxing cannot be delivered if the boxer lack, lacks of explosive strength. So explosive strength further depend of muscle composition, muscle size and muscle coordination. Okay, muscle size and muscle coordinations. Okay, so it is also depends on the metabolic process aspect. Muscle composition, the remaining factor can be improved through training, which in turn will improve the speed to limited extent, and the relative propension of fast twitch fiber and slow twitch fiber determines so a large extent the maximum possible speed with which muscles can contract. Okay, class. So this is the explosive strength in physiological factor of determining of speed. Okay, so the next point is flexibility. Okay, so the flexibility also determines the speed to certain extent. In fact, good flexibility allows maximum range of movement without much internal resistance, and flexibility also enable completed installation of explosive strength. Okay, so this is the flexibility. And number 5 point is biochemical reserve and metabolic power. Okay, so in this point, for maximum speed performance, the muscles require more amount of energy at a very high rate. For this purpose, the Posophagus adenosine triphosphate is also calling here in short form ATP. Uh, Adenotriphosphate is calling it short form ATP, and creatine phosphate is CP. Okay, creatine phosphate printed in short form calling is CP. Okay, this is the important class. What is the ATP and what is the CP is also आपके एग्जाम में पूछा जा सकता है what is the meaning of ATP and full form, and also भी आपसे पूछा जा सकता है कि what is the full form of CP. Okay, so basically the ATP means, and ATP full form is adenosine triphosphate, and the CP means creatine phosphate. Okay, so CP storage in the muscles should be enough. Okay, if ATP and CP store in less in contracting muscle, the muscle contraction due to insufficient energy supply becomes slower after a short time. The energy supply also depend on creatine enzyme, which increase the metabolic power. The amount of ATP and CP rated of energy supply can be enhanced by training. It can be said that the biochemical reserve and metabolic power determine the speed. Okay class, so this is the all of the points of physiological factor determining of speed. Okay class, so let's move next page. Okay, so in next page, the next physiological factor determining is endurance. Okay, so in determining endurance, the first point is aerobic capacities. Okay, so in aerobic capacity, to perform our activity continuously, and energy is required by the muscle, which can be supplied by the presence of the oxygen. The ability of the organism to maintain adequate supply of O2 means oxygen to the working muscles. Just like is this example, aerobic is called aerobic capacity. For energy liberation is important for endurance performance. So there is a the aerobic capacity depends on following factors. So the following factor is first is oxygen intake. Okay, and so the second point is oxygen transport, oxygen uptake, and the last one is energy reserve. Okay, so in aerobic capacity there is the following factor is first is oxygen intake, second is oxygen transport, third is oxygen uptake, and the last one is energy reserve. Okay class, so let's move next page. Okay, so next page number 2 point is lactic acid tolerance. Okay, so the ability of tolerate higher concentration of lactic acid is a significant factor in determining anaerobic capacity. The lactic acid tolerance is important for activity that lasts for about 40 seconds or more. So the lactic acid tolerance capacity can be improved through training. So it can help the in improving endurance performance. Okay, so basically lactic acid, what is this? What? So जब आप एक्सरसाइज या कोई भी वर्कआउट करते हो तो आपको थकान महसूस होती है, क्यों होती है? वो इसी लैक्टिक एसिड की वजह से ही आपके मसल्स में ये एक परत टाइप की लैक्टिक एसिड मसल्स आपके प्रोड्यूस करने लग जाते हैं. सो दैट्स वाई आप थकान और फटीग्स फील करने लग जाते हो. ओके, सो दिस इज द लैक्टिक एसिड. ओके, सो नंबर 3 पॉइंट इज movement economy. So the economical movements are significant for endurance performance. A runner who can run at given pace with less energy and can continue with the same speed for longer duration. A good technique is in endurance sports can save energy for energy. Just for example, in swimming, 20 to 30% of energy can be saved if the movements are correct. Or for economy in movements, good runners set their center of gravity less higher so then unnecessary movements are reduced. Okay, so class, the number 4th point is muscles composition. Okay, so there are two basic type of muscles fiber such as slotic fiber and fast twitch fiber. The slotic fiber are best used for aerobic activities or endurance activity. They produce small level of force for long period of time, and that is why they are better suited for endurance activity. So in fact, the elite marathons have been reported have a greater than 90% slotic fiber in their leg muscles. The percentage of these slotic fiber are regulated genetically. Okay, जो आपके मसल्स फाइबर होते हैं जेनेटिकली आपको मिलते हैं. जो रेड मसल फाइबर इज अ स्लोटिक and white muscle fiber is fast twitch muscle fiber. Okay, so let's move next page. Okay, so in next page we're talking about the physiological factor determining of the flexibilities. Okay, so basically we know about the flexibility. What is the flexibility is the range of the movement possible at the joint of the flexibility depends on upon a number of factors. Okay, so in this point there is some other some points to how to determine the how physiological factor determine the flexibility. So one point is muscle strength. Okay, so in muscle strength the muscles should have minimum level of strength to make the movement possible, especially against gravity or external force. Okay, so in sprinting sport the leg or knee cannot be lifted to the required higher of angle if they related muscles just like just example or abdominal muscles are weak. So weak muscle can become a limited factor for achieving higher range of movements. So muscle strength is higher trainable and therefore can enhance flexibility of a person. Okay, so this is the muscle strength. So number 2 point is joint structure. So in joint structure there are various type of joints in human body. Some of the joints intrinsically have a greater range of motion than others. Just for example, the ball and socket joint of the shoulder has the greatest range of motion is comparison to the knee joint. Okay, so basically the flexibility effect on your physiological factors or any kind of activities. Okay, so number 3 is age and gender. So it is a well-known fact flexibility decreases with the advancement of age. However, human body is trainable. Flexibility can be enhanced with the help of training as the strength and endurance are enhanced. Gender also determines flexibilities. So female tends to be more flexible than male. Okay, so females ज़्यादा flexible होते हैं male के according. Okay, so number 4 is stretchability of muscles. Okay, so the stretchability of the muscles is also a factor in limiting the range of movement. For making any movement at a joint, the muscles must contract the extruded of the muscle of movement. If muscles are not regularly stretched, they tend to get shorter and finally restrict the range of movements possible at a joint. The stretchability of muscles are trainable to a great extent. It can be said that stretchability of muscles can determine the flexibility to some degree. Okay. So number 5 point is internal environment. Okay. What is the number 5 is internal environment. Okay, so in in, in internal environment, the athlete influences the flexibility. Just for example, 10 minutes in warm bath increase body temperature and flexibility, whereas and the 10 minutes staying outside of 10 degrees Celsius reduce body temperature and flexibilities. So basically जो आपके इंटरनल बॉडी टेम्परेचर है वो आपकी फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी और को इंक्रीज़ और डिक्रीज़ कर सकती है। इफ़ आप अगर आप किसी गर्म प्लेस पे रहते हो तो आपकी बॉडी इंटरनल बॉडी वार्म अप रहती है, तो दस आप अपनी फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी को इंक्रीज़ कर सकते हो उसको ईज़िली। बट आप किसी ठंडी जगह बर्फीली जगह पे रहते हो तो वहाँ पे आपकी फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी को आप इजीली अपने जॉइंट्स और मसल्स को फ्लेक्सिबल ईज़िली नहीं कर सकते हो। इस आपके इन्वायरमेंटल कंडीशन पे भी डिपेंड्स करता है कि आपकी फ्लेक्सिबिलिटीज़ पर। ओके, एंड द लास्ट वन इज़ प्रीवियस इंजरी. So in previous injuries to connective tissue and muscles can lead to thinning of fibrosing of the affected area. Fibrous tissue are less elastic and can lead to limb shortening and ultimately lead to reduced flexibilities. Okay. अगर आपको पहले किसी मसल्स में जॉइंट्स में इंजरी है सो आपकी फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी डिक्रीज़ होने के चांसेस ज़्यादा होते हैं, क्योंकि जो इंजर्ड पार्ट्स है इंजरी पार्ट है या इंजर्ड पार्ट है आपकी बॉडी का, वो उस टाइम अभी अपने नॉर्मल फॉर्म में नहीं आया होता, सो दैट्स वाई he not properly flexibility and doing some kind stretching work. So that's why the previous injury determine the flexibility. Okay, class. So class, I hope you all are understand about this all kind of points topic and physiological factor determining the components of physical fitness. So in this point we're talking about the physiological factor determining strength, determining the speed, determining the your endurance, and the last one we're talking about the determining the of the flexibility. Okay, class. So I hope you all understand about the today topic. So class, stay fit, stay healthy. Thank you, class.